Hello and welcome to Chapter 16, Pitching to Launch, your Entrepreneurship textbook, 3rd edition. So for pitching is perhaps one of the most important things when you're going out to sell your company or raising funds. Every person who launches a business should have a sort of a form of a pitch deck. It's not difficult to put together. What is a difficult part is to put your entire business in about 12 slide decks, and then those slide decks not to have too many words in it that confuses the people. What it does also help is it helps people evaluate your business, know what you're selling. And also a pitch really helps out to clarify your product or service and have a call to action, right? The call to action is whether it's a K, invest in my company, buy my product, buy my service, or this is the reason why we're asking for funds or need a loan. So you need to have a call of action at the very end. Don't be shy to ask for money. And I'll get to that through this presentation, right? The most common planning activity for entrepreneurs is you write your business plan, get your business partners together, and then of course pitch deck to articulate your business. There are people who see that the business plan that they're against it, right? It's typically a 30-page document. Some people see it as an old school way that's done away with. You can just build a business model, canvas, put that together. How can you put something that's untested? How can you really measure financial projections too far with any really evaluation? And that writing a 30-page document is going to take a lot of time. So sometimes that's what it's. Some people are against that. Some people are like, just have a business brief, right? Typically about a 2 to 3 page document outlining the company overview, the value proposition, who the customers are, and what milestones you need to reach. It's not too time intensive. Look at another way a business brief can be the business model canvas. You can also do a feasibility study, right, which is an internal tool that allows entrepreneurs to test the possibilities of an initial idea to see if it is worth pursuing. In my YouTube channel, if you look up, there is a video I do on feasibility. So feel free to check out that video, which will really help to illustrate and help you how to do a feasibility study. And it's really kind of something fast you can do to see if there's validity in your business idea. The pitch deck, right? It highlights who your business are, what's your business model, what have you done, who's your market, what do you intend to sell, what are your projected revenues, and what's your call to action. Again, the business plan, it's one of the most traditional ways to do it. Usually, typically, with a business plan comes a pitch deck. So it's one of those tools you can use. The questions that any type of plan document must answer is, regardless of the plan, you have to ask the right questions. Not all plans require lengthy, complex answers. What is your value for the company, right? Who is your customer? You have to have a target customer. You have to analyze that target customer. Not every business is for everybody. Walmart may be one of the largest privately owned companies that employ the most people, but not everybody shops at Walmart. It's not everybody's cup of tea, right? They have specific customers who want to reach. Same thing with McDonald's. McDonald's, for their typical target customer, has been low-income individuals, and that's what they focus on. And so, same thing. Every single corporation even has their own target customer. So you have to figure out who are your target customers and will they buy from you. How big is the market, right? Do you have a large enough market that you can play a role in, right? Is the market too big? Is it too small, right? So is it growing? Is it slowing down? What do you know about the industry, right? You have to have a knowledge. The more knowledge you have of your industry, the more you'll be successful. Who's your competition, right? You can never say. One of the ways that you can fail at a business plan in a pitch competition is you say, I have no competition. You do have competition. There are competitors out there. There's competitors in every industry. And lastly, it's people's pocketbooks. Why is someone going to buy from you? That's another competition in itself. Who's in your team, right? What does each single individual, what's their skill set that they can add? Do they have 30 plus years of experience in a particular industry, 20 plus years? What things do they bring to the table? You have to have some type of financial projections. Again, it's just projections, right? You're forecasting your revenue for the next 3 years. I wouldn't go too much to 5 years, do 3 years max in your financial projections. Again, you're just doing projections. There are software out there now where you can do projections. So pitches take many forms, right? Receiver of the pitch understands and compelled to learn more. 3 questions to think about. What do you want your receiver to know? What you want them to feel? And what you want them to do. Tell a compelling story, right? It's a 3-part, the intro, the climax, and the resolution. The first 30 seconds of a pitch is very critical. You have to have a very well thought out introduction. The first 30 seconds has to captivate the audience or the people who are watching your pitch. So have a really clear introduction that gets to the point as to what your business is. As your climax, right, you the problem, solution, here's my business model, here's my customers, here's my revenue, and then your resolution is the call to action. What do you want them to do afterwards? It must be authentic. Don't lie. Be authentic. People like good stories. People like authenticity. Do your research. Again, practice, but be truthful in your story. Don't make up stuff. If you don't know the answer to something, tell the judge, you know what, at the current moment I don't have an answer to that, but I'll get back to you. Pocket pitches are like elevator pitches, 30 seconds or less, small, simple, and accessible. Kind of going back to the 1 minute elevator pitch. The elevator pitch was a concept like if you're in an elevator with someone who has a lot of money or an investor and you have 30 seconds or a minute to pitch them, here's your pitch in 1 minute. There's a 3-minute rocket pitch with 3 slides. The investor pitch or the pitch deck, kind of a robust deck. Usually some of them I have seen typically 12 to 15 slides. Right, what's your business, the need, the problem, industry, customer, market size, your business model, your profit potential, operations, milestones reached, and what's your call to action. So again, but regardless of the style you use, you should always know, of course, what is the problem and the need, how will you solve that problem or meet the need of the unique way, who is your customer and what's your market size and how are you going to acquire customers. So here's just one form of a pitch deck, and again, I also provide some for those of you in the course. I also provide resources for the pitch deck. Opening slide, the title, and then of course go into the company purpose description. What's the problem, the need, what the solution, what's your market opportunity? Your market opportunity is, convince the audience there's enough product time now for your product. So think about the 3 subgroups of the market, the total available market, what's the serviceable available market, and what's the share of the market, right? TAM, SAM, SOM. How are you getting customers? Like, how are you reaching out to them? Who are your competitors? And of course, how are you, what work have you done and how to build traction? Like, what are your financials, right? Typically a 3-year projection. And who's part of your team? Is it you? Do you have other people part of your team? And what's your call to action, right? Again, the call to action really depends on who you're actually pitching to, right? If it's venture capital firms, you're going to pitch it towards them like, hey, we're seeking $5 million in investment and we'll give a share equity of our company, or whatever that is. If you're pitching to classmates, asking for their feedback, hey, can you give me feedback? If you're pitching to potential customers, tell them, hey, go to our website and buy our product. Here's a 10% discount code. And so if you're doing a pitch competition, it's like, we would love for resources or someone to invest in our business, or looking for connections to invest in our business, or if we're looking for new clients to buy from us, right? The hook to evoke emotion, right? Capture all these intentions, really know the emotions. Really great pitches start off with something emotional to connect with. You can go online and look at some pretty great good pitches. You can just go on YouTube and type in best pitch presentations, and you'll see some of them that they'll show you how to do that. Impression matters, right? So again, I don't suggest to use notes during your pitch, right? People don't take that serious, or note cards. You have to understand your business, know your business. Don't use video in pitches. Like, people want to hear you, they don't want to see a video. And of course, during the Q&A period, be ready to have questions thrown at you. Again, don't be nervous. Look them straight in the eye and answer to the best of your ability. And of course, again, when you're public speaking, be presentable. Look people in the eye, and of course, answer the questions. And if you don't know the answer to the question, just say, at the current moment, I don't know the answer to the question, but I will get back to you with an answer. And that is it, chapter 16.